So there are three sections to this, and usually in a big corporate world, somebody else would be doing the feedback sessions, yeah. But in this case, it's only me and Shiva and a couple of others, so don't mind my emotions and my feelings. Just shoot it out straight.
Okay.
I'm not precious. I just actually want to know how you perceive certain things. So there's three parts: before working with us, while working with us, and after working with us. Yeah. So and again, just don't overthink. Just tell me what you think. So before working with us, what was the biggest problem that you had that we helped you with?
Oh, the biggest problem was that I had very little time for myself, and I couldn't stay on top of the things that I needed to do every day, every week, every month. So I was like falling behind, and yeah, didn't have a lot of time for myself as well. And, yeah. I pretty much, the days that I was at home, I was with my son almost all day and couldn't do anything else. So yeah, so that was before.
Right. And what impact did that have on your life, financially, emotionally?
Oh, it's like the best thing ever. I feel
I
like
mean, beforehand, before you started working with us.
the impact beforehand. Oh, it was really hard beforehand.
Okay.
Yeah, really, like I couldn't work. I had to stop working. I was on leave. I am still on leave. But yeah, I couldn't actually see myself like continuing my work, the current work that I was doing, the way that things were going. So I was looking for a different career, something more flexible that I could do from home. And yeah, so I actually had a babysitter come in, but only for a few hours and a few days, like not enough to really make it did help, but also it did cost. So yeah, the overall sort of benefit of that, it didn't seem like it was really helping, but it was nice obviously to have that. So yeah, it was really hard before.
And how did it impact you emotionally?
Emotionally, so I wasn't sort of the person that I wanted to be, the mom that I wanted to be. I couldn't what I wanted to do, and I just felt really stuck, and didn't think that I could really change anything. Like I was really kind of having to do this myself, and no one really there. So I felt really really stuck. And yeah, not
What did,
really good.
yeah, and what did it stop you from doing?
What did it stop me from doing? Like all of the basic things, like I couldn't do, like stay on top of um my I couldn't keep up with work, so I couldn't do my job. I couldn't do things for myself. I didn't know when could shower. I didn't know when I could have a nap. I couldn't make like proper breakfast for myself. I would just have what is leftovers, and I couldn't do anything proactively. I was just surviving, and yeah, so yeah, I couldn't. Yeah, I just couldn't do the things that I wanted to do and needed to do, and Yeah, I forgot the question, but I think hopefully that answers.
Sounds like life with very small children, yeah, but it's a long time surviving.
Yeah.
Usually get out of the trenches eventually. And
Yeah.
what have you tried before to fix that or to address it?
I've tried. We tried a babysitter to help out. I've tried to train family members to help. I've just tried to just get out of the house just and not really care and just do what I need to do. But then, yeah, that didn't really help. What else? I tried to just make more time for myself. But yeah, at the end of the day, like it wasn't enough. Like I did make some small changes in like doing things for myself and putting me first a little bit so I can get stuff done. But yeah, just do a little bit of that.
And what was it that convinced you to give us a go or start working with us?
So I looked into it first, and then I looked at the costs and I was like, I don't think I can do this based on how much it will cost like upfront and then weekly, based on the number of hours that I need. But overall it's cheaper anyway than a babysitter, like a casual babysitter. And so yeah, so what happened was my partner's like, yeah, you need to do this and I'll just do it for you. And yeah, he just said that you need it. And then I was like, okay, I'll just do it. And I already had kind of talked to you already and I was in and out kind of there and not. And then I was like, okay, I'll do it now. So yeah, that's when I jumped in and was like, I'll do it. So yeah, he's helping me and my parents are helping as well. So yeah, I couldn't have done it because I'm financially, I couldn't have done it myself, but getting help.
And can you tell me like your process of obviously identifying the right help and then choosing the right partner to work with? Like you would have probably talked to a couple of agencies or looked into different sources.
Oh, yeah. So I actually didn't speak to anyone else. This was just the first. And I heard about 99aupairs from one of the babysitters that I had previously. And she was like the best babysitter that I've had. And I wish she could have stayed. And then I always like contact her to ask if she knows anybody that can help. And so she gave me a whole bunch of contacts and she mentioned 99aupairs. So I think she used to work for 99aupairs as well.
What was her name?
Stella?
Stella Todaro?
Maybe, I can't remember her surname.
Yeah, okay. Interesting.
So she mentioned it. So that's when I first looked into it. And yeah, I didn't look into any others because I didn't know whether they were good or not. And I didn't have the time to like research and look around and things like that. So yeah, I just went with that. And I was really happy with what I read and when I spoke to you and all the conversations we've had and emails and everything, like yeah, like nothing like put me off or anything, like apart from the financial stuff, but everything else, like I was always like really happy and I liked what was written and the website and all the communication stuff that we've had.
Fabulous. Thank you. That's the first part done. So next section is while working with us. So again, that's the actual process, right, of finding the candidate and the process. So what was it like working with us or me?
Oh, it's been really easy for me. Like that's the biggest thing. Like if anything's a bit hard, I just kind of stop. So everything was just so smooth. And the one thing that really stands out is that I feel like I don't have to say much. Like I'll just say a few things and you totally understand what I'm saying. And I don't have to like I had to deal with quite a few places with Mikhail and transitioning and stuff, and I just remember having to explain to people over and over again like what's needed, what's required, and nobody like got it. And yeah, it's just really hard when that happens. But yeah, with this, I just remember like, oh, okay, just saying a few words, writing a few things, and then you know exactly what to do. So it's just a big relief, and just it was just all really nice and smooth, and there was nothing that like I just knew that I was like being like in good hands and being looked after, being forgotten or like not understood or anything like that. Like it was like, okay, yeah. Like I remember someone was telling me like, oh, they're taking a long time to find someone. I'm like, I know, but it takes time. Like you're not gonna find someone like today, and they're looking and they're there, and I know they'll find someone. So I just knew that yeah that it's yeah that I knew that I was in good hands, that I knew that the people that that you guys are, you know what you're doing, and that you are um yeah just capable and get what I need.
Right. And which part really stood out to you? Which part did you like in particular?
Stood out. Um, I think it's just like when I speak to you, um, that it's just like when I say something and you respond back, it's like you get it. And not only get it, you get more out of that too. Like, you know, that means this as well. And yeah, that's the thing that I think stood out the most for me. And it's just a huge weight off my shoulder. That's yeah. Like I didn't feel like I had to make the process happen. Like it was all happening for me. And yeah, like I didn't feel like I needed to check anything, or I needed to double check, or I didn't need to like go back and explain something a bit more. Like I felt like okay, like it's it's okay. Like um yeah, like I just felt really good. I don't know how to really explain
No,
that.
fantastic. What one thing would you like to change? So if there is one moment where you're like,
What do you like to change? I wish it was cheaper for me.
fair enough, that's only fair. And how were we different to others you worked with? Like could be other solution or anything else?
Mm,
Or
I think like the thing is like everything's kind of taken care of. Like I remember you saying, look, um, if like an au pair is not available, you'll find another replacement, or if they're sick, you can find backup, that kind of thing. So again, like it's like everything in one. Like I'm not having to go to other places to like do other like to do other things. Like everything's kind of sorted and handled, and I don't have to yeah think
great.
about anything
And how did we make you feel?
on top of the world. Like seriously, like it's the best thing ever. So many people are saying, "Oh my God, you're like so different. Like what happened? You look so happy." So it's like seriously, like the best thing I could ask for. Like exactly what I needed. Like the yeah, perfect help that I wish I had like 7 years ago.
God, I think it's the most euphoric I've heard you speak. You almost make me cry.
Really.
For goodness.
Oh,
So what was it what you expected? Was working with us what you expected?
I was like way better. It
Okay.
was like way better. And I tell everyone about 99aupairs. I tell them how awesome it is, and yeah, way better than I didn't even think anything would be like as good as this. like really happy.
Okay. Which part was exactly what you expected? What met your expectation?
Exactly as I expected. I think everything was better than expected. No, about exactly as expected. Not sure. I think everything was just really good and really easy and smooth, and yeah.
I'll flip the question and say, what was unexpected?
Unexpected. Oh yeah, actually one thing, because you know how cost is like a big thing for me. I wasn't really clear about all the costs at the beginning, and although maybe it was on the website and stuff, I didn't check. But at the beginning, if I knew exactly like what all the were and what was to come, because some of them I realized afterwards that I didn't know beforehand. So I was like, oh, okay, that's another thing I gotta factor in. So yeah, that's one thing I think that if I knew it upfront would have been really good for me.
Which part in particular? So is it our costs or the au pairs pocket money?
Yeah, I think I can't remember which one I knew later on. I think there was another cost that was like, I think if they work 6 months, that you have to give them some extra pocket money. I can't remember what that
Money?
was. Yeah,
The bonus.
yeah, something like that. I didn't know about that one. And yeah, I think that was it.
Great. I'll go back into our conversations, make sure that whether I mentioned it or not, because I think I do, but I might not have on that. Okay, so I'll definitely double check. All right, last section is after working with us. So obviously, that's usually after we finish the placement. I know said we're in early stages, so we might review it a bit later after a few months.
Okay.
But yeah, what outcomes did you get working with us?
Outcomes. So obviously you got an au pair who has basically taken over a lot of the things that I would normally do, which is literally getting along with my son amazingly, and everyone that comes in says, oh wow, they have such a cool relationship already. And so obviously that's one, having a person in our house, in our family, and given me life back. And yeah, yeah, just a lot of, what's the word? I just feel really supported, I guess, overall, from both like the au pair and yourself, from all different ways, angles, parts. And yeah. Yeah, and I can do a lot of the things that I wanted to do. I think I'm cooking a little bit more than I used to, which I like doing but didn't have the energy to do. And I'm getting naps, which is the best thing for myself, my health, my body. I love naps. I love naps. So I get to do that almost so many days during the week now, at least 3 or 4 days. And I can be there for my son. Oh my God, like the time that I'm there with him, I'm actually there with him, and I'm not thinking about everything else, and I'm not tired, and I want to do something else. And yeah, and I can go out. We can go out. We go out a lot more. We're not stuck at home because I'm tired. Go out, can get, just getting stuff done, and yeah, just being able to have me back, which I thought would happen naturally sooner, but yeah, I can feel that I'm doing a lot more and back to myself and to like do stuff for other people and yeah.
Perfect. And did it have a financial impact? Because obviously you mentioned it is a bit pricey, but are you thinking of doing more work, or how do you feel like it is?
I might return back to work next year still, but I have help. Like my parents are helping, partners helping, Mikhail's dad is also helping. So yeah, I would still like to work. Like I like the idea of being able to work and earn, and I feel good if I can do that. But I do want more flexibility. Like the work that I'm doing isn't as flexible as it was before, so I do want to see if I can change something else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
So
again, I think you could still look into having access to NDIS and having this actually funded through NDS, because financials are a big chunk and it is a big investment, right?
yeah,
Actually,
that's
for
true.
the
I
next round,
had a
it's
look
worth
into that.
looking into doing it through there, because then your impact will be very, very limited from that perspective. And
Yes.
emotionally, how does it impact you? Obviously, Mikhail.
Yeah, everyone's doing so much better. Not sure about Deidre. It's a big probably change for her, but we are definitely doing better. I think she's doing okay. I feel like she's turning into me. She is getting tired and sleep wanting to nap and things like that. We kind of joke around because she tells me about her day. I'm like, you're turning into me. But yeah, I think, well, in terms of Mikhail and I doing so much better, so much better. I can't explain. Like Mikhail is doing so much more. We're all doing so much more, and yeah, we like in terms of behavior, being more open to things. Mikhail's being more open to things and being more and more every day. Yeah.
What is it now allowing you to do?
Now, like I said, I'm now looking at, I'm able to work during the day. I'm on top of all the things I need to do. I am now plan things for Mikhail. Just being more proactive, productive, effective. Yeah, just getting things done that we really need to do, and yeah, just growing and not just surviving, we are actually doing well.
Great. Would you work with us again?
Yeah.
Why?
I would work with you again, and I'll tell everyone to work with you too. I would work with you again because I've just been obviously really happy with how everything's gone, and you guys already understand what we need, and you know everything already. So I wouldn't start from scratch anywhere else, really. You'll probably just continue if I need it here. And just really happy, like, yeah.
And if you would change one thing that we delivered and how we delivered it, what would you change?
Change one thing. I think for me, if it was free, I would I would love that. Or some part of it.
I'll work on it. And if you could sum us up with one word, what would that word be?
Oh my God. That's one word. I have to say
Sorry, what was it?
amazing.
Great. Fabulous. Thank you so much. That concludes the review. That was very pulling at my heartstrings there. So I think I might have almost pushed out a
Oh
tear there.
no.
So Shayla, you're gorgeous. Yeah, again, like if there is anyone, another mom that you know with a similar situation, that has very dark rings under her eyes, yeah, you might just
I know so many.
yeah, need to send them my way. And as I said, I think the biggest factor again with the cost, because I understand it is massive, especially because you're actually not fully able to work, right?
Mhm.
I think looking into getting that funded through NDIS might be a really good option. We do have clients. It doesn't always work. It really depends on who assesses it on the other end. Some are very particular, and others like, yeah, absolutely. But it's worth a try, and you would
Yeah.
know in advance if they will actually fund it or not. And then if not, you just go back to what you know
Yeah.
now. But
Does
it's
that change the cost if it's NDIS funded? Does it change any of
I
the?
think it only changes the weekly fee because it then goes into weekly support because then we pay the au pair directly. So
Ah,
there's additional admin stuff and there's additional
okay.
kind of implications there, and
Mm.
also audit relevant stuff for NDIS. So we need to have additional paperwork for it in
Yeah.
our back end. So it just
If
adds to the
we're
cost very quickly, but otherwise it's the same.
if we are self-managed, does that change that, or is it still the same?
I think it's still the same because all the invoicing has to come through us.
Okay. Oh, okay, sure. Yes, we do
But then
the
again,
invoices.
it obviously depletes your budget a little bit faster with NDIS. But
Yeah.
again, we can break it down. But then
Yeah.
it's almost like childcare, right? You use up all your credits,
Mm.
and then after that, it becomes your out-of-pocket expense versus.
So how much more is it if it was?
I need to double check. I think it's like 15%. I need to check what it
Okay.
is. I think it ended up being like $350 a month or something, but I don't know what it is breaking it down to a week. So it's not a massive, bigger expense. It just accounts for additional admin costs in the office. And
Okay, no worries.
yeah,
Okay, good.
but the rest is all pretty much the same. And I think to the au pair as well, the hourly charges are then slightly higher because you need to
Okay.
abide by NDIS minimum wage requirements as well.
So how much is that then? Would it be like 30?
I think it kind of kicks off at like 30 plus,
Okay.
depending again at their level, where they get assessed as in like non-professional, qualified, etc.
Mhm.
And it goes from there.
Okay, okay. All right, no worries.
Yeah, fabulous. All right, well, I'll let you go on this note. Have fun. Yeah, I'll
Thank
check in with Deidre and see how, how she's going. But I think we also have a check-in sometimes later, right?
Yeah, Friday, tomorrow.
Just a quick one. Is it okay if I use snippets of it for our communications as well? Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
fantastic.
No worries.
Let me just stop this as well.